Hey there everyone, once again. I hope you all are doing well. As you could tell by the title, today we are ranking the best anime editors on YouTube with a tier list. So, without any further ado, let's get started.
Okay, starting off with editors with less subs, but most of you will definitely know them. First off, we have this guy Lai Fees, actually a great editor who has made some real good remakes of Gojo. His work actually speaks for itself. But I'm not only considering factors like editing, but also consistency, creativity, and stuff like that. So this one goes here. Next up is Zelfir, another infamous editor who's been going around making some real good edits. I actually don't even know many editors of the community. Most of these editors in the list were told by my friends. This dude goes here. Okay, stepping up to some editors. You guys know we got RWTBR, who isn't actually an editor, but mainly a content creator. But he has made some edits on the basis of which I'm gonna rank him. Look, someone had to go. Next up is this guy Unique, good editor. But now, rather than explaining, I'm gonna basically do the work faster. So he goes here. Next up, we got Retro, who has seriously got some talent. He brought a new style to this community. He has good FX, visuals, and other stuff, but I think he lacks consistency. So this one goes here.
And then we have Maki, and a light motion editor, who most of you actually like a lot. He has some really good and popular edits, which are quite remarkable, but since he's on a light motion... And there's this guy Silence. He has a really unique style, and he was pretty consistent in the past. I like his edits, and I think he should be here. Next is Razor, or some might call him Razor Sharp. He is a really good editor too, and he might be the oldest one among these that I've mentioned yet. There'll be more OG editors ahead though. His editing style is amazing, so he definitely goes here. Blubs, it's Blubs, do I even have to say anything? Dude's an upcoming legend. Many of you see him as your inspiration, and he has some really nice edits. Next is Kurorux, probably a new gen editor who has a lot of potential. I think if he keeps up with his amazing edits, he'll be up there in no time. Now with some editors many people forgot about. Starting with Sundex, you might not know him, but he was really good. He isn't consistent nowadays though, but he deserves a mention here. Another forgotten soul is Ayo. Back when I started, he was the only editor who came close to Gojo's style and had the potential to rival him, but he left for some reason. Next up is Ayan. He also had some real good edits back in the day, and he is still uploading nowadays, just not consistently. Now we got Fijum, a new gen editor who tries several styles, but he does have his own unique style, which is a mixture of many others, and he's an astonishing editor. Next up is another lost soul. Cloud, a really good editor who deserves a lot more exposure than he's given. He has mastered many styles too, and he goes here. Next up is another lost soul. Cloud, a really good editor who deserves a lot more exposure than he's given. He has mastered many styles too, and he goes here. Now we're slowly going to the OG editors, starting off with 6'3", a real good editor who is blowing up with his clean and basic style, and he goes here. Another very famous OG editor is Visper. Visper was the kind of daddy style editing, and there's no doubt to that. He goes in this tier. Now we got another content creator who also edited back in the days, and that's Kira. His content creation skills and ideas are really, really good, and I really love his videos. But we're talking about editing, so then we have Nickovax, a guy who was underrated for quite a while and then decided to impact and influence the editing community in a way that even the huge editor started getting inspired by him. Then he decided to just leave editing behind, which I think was due to some controversy. Now we got another famous light motion editor, MKHL, who is arguably said to be the best light motion editor out there, and even rivals the After Effects editors. Now we're left with the final 6, starting off with Neptune, an amazing editor with his unique style, who also has inspired many of you. Nowadays, he hasn't been so active, and we can practically say he fell off too, but he's a great editor. Then we got Floby, a really good editor with a clean and basic style. There he goes. And then we have Molob, another OG editor, who's actually keeping up with the new gens with his consistency, change in style and creativity. And then we have the best OG editor, My personal favorite too, he's probably the one who started it all, the advanced side of AMV editing, and he's still uploading with consistency. Now we're down to the final two, who are Sanchez and Gojo. Starting off with Sanchez, who you guys like a lot, and his style has been really blowing up on YouTube lately, also creating clones in the meanwhile. And then there's this guy who some of you like to call the final boss of the editing community, who also deserves the title of OG, who started a new style 2 years ago, and now everyone is inspired by him, who has some really iconic and popular edits in his inventory. But wait a second, let's take a look at that name. Oh, hell no, you're not going anywhere up there, buddy. No, I was just kidding. Here's the final tier list. Let me know if you guys think someone should have been here, but I missed him. And let me know if you guys agree with this ranking or not. Another thing I want to say is, I didn't mean to hurt any of the people that were mentioned here. All of them are amazing creators. And that's all for today, folks. Hope you have a good day. See you in the next one.